Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Wanted to stop by, man. I was in the gym and I'm thinking about track and field back in the days. I know I'm gonna get some people upset with this post, so I'm sorry. But I was thinking about track and field back in the days, and I remember when rivalry and competition was good. I remember when it was major. I remember when you had a particular club next to another club and the chants were loud and people really gave I would say a damn about the advancement of not only that particular group and those individual kids, but other groups and other individual kids. And every level was competitive. Every single level was competitive. And how your little cat did was based on what you put in during the week. So you had coaches that had to really work in order to get their kids to a point where that following week they weren't losing by that hair. Or you have pops from Tucson Track Club come down with a long distance runners and Milas and you'd have Rising Suns and their group and the Banukas, and then you'd have Chandler and the Taylors and the Michaels, and then you'd have Do Right with a whole host of individuals. So, we battled back in the day. I don't see that nowadays. I don't see. I see back in the days when, when an athlete would come across the line and their arms were wrong, you had other coaches from other individuals, providing toolage to that young individual about fix this, correct that. It was more of a community working with each other, and you trusted those other coaches. You trusted that they wanted the same resolve in the end that you wanted, for not only as a parent but as a coach. I don't see those same inequities nowadays. I see a few groups that are really pushing, but then I see a lot of smaller groups that are really struggling to try to get in. And we need to support and push every single coach, every single club that is making an effort to get into this fight, because it all in the end is for one reason: kids going on to college. There's no other reason that I put in 30 years plus of coaching but to see my young ones go to college and see others kids go to college. Because I remember when we wake up on a Saturday, we had 8, 9 games that we had to look at because we had kids at 8 or 9 different college teams in the Pac-12 and in other areas that we had hands on. And that was a branding moment. It was a moment where that's your payday as a coach. You don't get anything else. That's your payday when your kid signs. So I wanted to just stir some feathers up, and hopefully next year we can get a little bit more motivation, not only within USA Track and Field but within the high school ranks also, because we have kids that are on the bubble that can really do better. We have kids that I feel they're one stone away from turning a different leaf when it comes to first, second, and third. I only coach for first, so no matter who I'm coaching, I'm pushing first. Whether it's your kid, my kid, doesn't matter. It's our kid when that kid graduates, and it's our kid when that kid goes on to get a degree, and it's our kid when that kid goes on to get a good job or even go pro, depending upon what God has planned for them. So, I just wanted to reminisce with you guys about some of the aspects of what we used to do and how we used to do it and how we used to respect each other and work with each other. And, I don't see that as much anymore. And I don't know what to do about it, but I want to get the dialogue open so that, we can make Arizona more formidable as it was back in the past. And instead of having a few kids at the top pushing, I want to have, kids on every level pushing every record. And to get back to that, we got to go back to the old days where we're putting time in and we're actually motivated for the factors of what's going to make this young person much better in their craft, whatever it may be. Wheaton Solutions, always, always, always for the kids. Thanks.